Hello everybody, this is Manish Kumar Singh and I welcome you all in the first year BTech Electronics Engineering course of the subject Electronics and Instrumentation. As of now we have supplemented various study materials over the ERP of HBTU as well as the Google Classroom. In this subject, in previous class, I have discussed the basics of field effect transistor, and today I would like to discuss its working model, various kind of characteristic equations, characteristic curves associated with it, and I would like to inform you that various materials related to this course has been already supplied. You may take the help of them, and but in my opinion all the things must be described once from my side, then after it will be mostly best suited for you. So today I will use pen and paper to describe the basics and curves. Kindly go through the supplied materials and revise all the things. So yes, to save our time, I have already sketched the diagram of N-channel JFET, and here this is the N-channel JFET. We can see here over the N type of substrate, we have grown two highly doped P type of regions, and that is denoted as a two gate region, and it has been demonstrated denoted as a G1 and G2. So this is the open circuited JFET. Open circuited JFET. In open circuited JFET, the channel cross section, this region is channel cross section area is maximum, and therefore the channel current density is minimum, because of the channel area is maximum. That's why the density is minimum, and this is the channel length actually. So this is open circuited. When we bias the JFET and channel JFET, this circuit diagram will look like this, like figure 2. So in JFET, here you can see the input impedance, input resistance is can be obtained from this side, and this is equivalent to the VGS by IG. And as you know, the IG is in practically it is in terms of nano ampere. That's why the input resistance is very high in case of JFET. So one more thing here, that the gate to source voltage is always in reverse bias. There is a specific reason behind it that I will cover further. And here the drain to source voltage is always in forward bias. So polarity of these two voltages is always opposite. This is the thing you must have to remember. So in JFET, when VDS is applied, the channel cross sectional area decreases. This channel cross sectional area decreases, and that's why as the channel cross sectional area decreases, the current density area decreases. That's why uh, current density, I am talking about the density, not only the current density, increases. In JFET, the channel width is narrow near the drain. You can see here the demonstration of channel in the case of N-type JFET. is like this. It is wedge shaped. So this kind of channel is obtained here. You can see the structure of depletion region here. It is far away from here and it is nearly touching towards the drain. So in this way we can say that in JFET channel width is narrow near the drain, and depletion layer will penetrate more into the channel near the drain. And this is just because of the application of this voltages like VDS, and this can be also understood with the help of uh, some resistive model. Suppose I am connecting this 5 resistances of equal amount with a voltage V, and then voltage drop at every resistance will be equal. In this way, if we are moving from downward to upward, the voltage drop will be like this. So this is the region. As the voltage is increasing from, if we accept this as a source and this is drain, if we are moving from source to drain, the voltage is also increasing. That's why the depletion region, the channel is more penetrating towards the drain. And because of this kind of uh, there is a production of wedge shaped channel that is drawn here. That is wedge shaped channel. It is not uniform, it is a kind of wedge shaped. The structure is denoted as a wedge. So in n channel JFET, one the key points is that the n channel JFET, in n JFET, the gate voltage is negative always. Similarly, for T JFET, the gate voltage is positive. In JFET, gate to source voltage is always under operated in reverse bias. Always. The magnitude of gate leakage current is in nanoampere, and that's why sometimes it is neglected. The larger input resistance in JFET is due to the reverse biasing of gate to source junction, and second, negligible gate current. This input characteristics can't be plotted. As you know, there is a negligible gate current here, means Ig is in of nanometric order, nanoampere order. So from here, if you see that if Ig is nanoampere or approximately equal, if you neglect it, so there is no role of Ig here. So that's why input characteristics, if we plot, we must have to take care of Ig versus VGS. but Ig is very less and it can be neglected as stated here. So there is no relevance of input characteristics in the JFET. That's why we never plot input characteristic unlike the BJT. We only plot here the ID versus VDS, which is ID versus VDS, which is ID means drain current, ID versus VDS. It refers to the output characteristics, and ID versus, if we take the part of this ID drain current and this voltage of the input side, that is VGS, then it's known as transfer characteristics. So some things must be noted here, that suppose in a JFET, if gate to source is forward bias, if VGS is forward bias, this is a basic doubt which you can ask, why we are operating the VGS always in the reverse bias. So suppose if we operate the VGS with forward bias, then what will happen? Input resistance will be very small. As I said, Ri is equal to by this formula, input resistance will be very small. Second point will be the larger gate current will flow in order of the milliampere. And third thing will be the power consumption will increase. Hence JFET, in a JFET, gate to source should not be operated under forward bias condition. So further, if we want to plot the above mentioned characteristics, that is output and transfer, so there are two conditions, two steps. Suppose in step 1, if we vary VGS by keeping VDS constant, if we vary VGS and by keeping VDS constant, so you can understand it from this figure here. If we are varying this input voltage VGS here we are varying, and we are making this VDS constant, then obviously what we will get? We will get ID versus VGS curve. ID versus VGS curve, and this is the, in this way, by applying the step 1, we will get the transfer characteristics. So simply we can denote it here, that it is ID versus VGS when VDS is constant. So in case of n channel, we are drawing the transfer characteristics for n channel JFET, we will get curve like this. This is because in case of n-channel JFET, gate to source voltage is always negative, as I stated earlier. So when VGS is 0, we get maximum drain current, and maximum drain current is also denoted as IDSS. This can be understood with the uh, equation of the drain current, that is given as ID is equal to IDSS 1 minus VGS upon VP whole square. So you can see here, if VGS is 0, we get ID is maximum, IDSS. Here VP is the pinch off voltage. So the maximum drain current is in the JFET is IDSS. So IDSS can be denoted as a drain to source safe current, or drain to source saturation current. ID is equal to IDSS occurs only when VGS is equal to 0. The concentration of majority carrier in the channel depends on the doping concentration of the channel and cross-sectional area of the channel. So in N type of JFET, if the gate is given more negative current, more negative voltage, then ID is reduced. If VGS is more negative, then ID will be reduced. So in JFET, if gate to source is more reverse bias, then the depletion region will penetrate more into the channel and reduce the channel width, and less majority carrier will be reaching from drain, and therefore drain current ID reduces. This is the basic reason for this criteria. So the minimum gate to source voltage required to cut off the channel or to reduce the drain current to 0 is called VGS cutoff. Otherwise this also be denoted as a VGS off. So the process where the channel width is altered by varying the gate to source voltage is called as a channel width modulation. This is the similar phenomena in the BJT when we termed as a base width modulation. Channel width modulation takes place in JFET and MOSFETs, and it is the similar like the base width phenomena. Similarly, if we plot this transfer characteristic for the case of P channel JFET, ID versus VGS, then this curve will look like this. Here VDS is constant, IDSS, and this point is VGS off. as I stated earlier. Similarly, in step 2, if we vary VDS by keeping VGS constant. So if we vary VDS this by keeping VGS a constant, then we will definitely find a characteristic with the relation of drain current and drain to source voltage, and definitely that will be ID versus VDS, and this is a output characteristics as I stated earlier. So here we will plot this curve, output curve for n channel JFET. This output characteristics is also known as drain characteristics. So here ID and this is the VDS. So drain characteristic of the FET are called constant current characteristics. Constant current characteristics. I will show you why this is referred as a constant characteristics. These characteristics are similar to collector characteristics of common base transistor. FET can work as a constant current source, as I have already discussed this. FET is voltage controlled current source. Voltage controlled current source. In FET, breakdown is due to the avalanche effect. Breakdown voltage is a function of VBR, is a function of VGS. This is very important thing which usually asked in the gate type of examinations. In fact, breakdown is due to the avalanche effect. You must have to remember these basic features. So as we plot here, after discussing these things, these characteristic, I will proceed towards the pinch of voltage, which is very important thing to understand the characteristic curve of the FET. So as you know, when I will draw the characteristics, output characteristics, there will be a term of pinch off. So to understand this pinch off in better way, we must have to proceed the pinch off in details. So for right now, we will draw the characteristic curve. Then after I will come to the pinch off voltage. So here VGS is 0. So as I have already told you that at VGS is equal to 0, we get ID is equal to IDSS, saturation current, saturation drain current. So suppose we have taken VGS is equal to 0. VGS is equal to 0. So what will happen? The characteristic curve will look like this, in this way. As we are increasing the VGS, we will get the linear relationship with drain current, but at a certain voltage this current gets saturated. That's why this is known as constant current characteristic. This current gets saturated and After a certain voltage, breakdown occurs. So at the voltage point where the current gets saturated is known as pinch off voltage. Similarly, if we uh, take another value uh, of gate to source voltage, that is VGS, we get a characteristic like this. Suppose this is minus 2 volt, this is for minus 4 volt, and so on. VP dash, VP double dash. So you can see that this is the linear region and this is the constant current region, and this is the region third is breakdown region. So based upon this characteristic, the JFET is always operated under this region, constant current region. That's why it is known as constant current device, constant controlled current source. This ohmic region one is also known as linear region because of its characteristics. The ohmic region, in ohmic region, FET will work as a voltage variable resistor. In this region, the FET work as a voltage variable resistor or voltage dependent resistor, VDR, in region 1 only. Saturation region is also called as a current saturation region or pinch off region. Current saturation region or pinch off region, and FET is generally operated in this region, as I told you earlier. In saturation region, FET will work as a excellent amplifier. And also we can use it as a good switch. In the pinch off region, if VGS is increased, then drain current ID will remain almost constant. FET is generally operated with VDS greater than VP. Always remember this thing, just to operate in the constant current region. In JFET, channel behaves as a resistor, and by assuming this as a FET is in ohmic region, the channel always behave as a resistor, as I told this phenomena with this concept. Always channel behave as a resistor. So these are the things related. These were the things related to the characteristics of JFET. Further, in the next lecture of this video, next part of this video, I will discuss the details of the pinch off voltage. Thank you.